We're gonna make things fast and we're gonna have fun. Welcome to another garage. Back to work on the S10 build. We're building this for the Warriors on Track Foundation. I'm not keeping it. I know you guys want me to keep this, add this to the collection of garbage I have in my driveway, but nope, it's built for you. It's gonna be auctioned for you, and you guys are going to own this. Let's go over what we talked about, what we wanted to get done today, and as you guys know, what you plan to do and what you really do, it's probably two different things. All right. Shifter and wiring the regulator. We are getting this today. Hopefully we'll go over that. The coil pack mounts, that we could actually probably start today. Things that I didn't put on here that we just noticed and I didn't even want to talk about is the exhaust and how the turbos hung. We put them on the motor and realized that this part here sits way too far forward. This is the radiator and this is where the grill face of the actual nose goes. And if we were to put them on, we'd have to gut so much of the nose out, it'd be an interference. There's this giant piece right here that we're gonna cut this part out and we're gonna slide this all the way back. So we're gonna do that on both sides first. Now this also gives us another thing. See how this pipe here has to go up and over here? If we move this back here, it just has to go here. This is accomplishing a lot by moving this header flange back. First thing we're doing today is cutting, moving this back so that when tomorrow Sergio wants to make these pipes, he's all ready to go. Now let's talk about what's here. These are coil extensions. As you guys all know, we've got our coils, these guys, and they used to sit right up here. The only problem is all the wires went into the headers, so you can't have them up here on the top of the valve cover. So what we're gonna do is swap them back down to here. Now we could just make a bracket and just hold that right there, that'd be fine. And we needed to extend this plug. So this plug plugs into here and gives power to the coils. We got an extension, eBay, 16 bucks, and it's just this easy. Plug it in here, like that, and nicely bring that back down around here and plug it in there. And now we don't have to do no butchering, harness wiring, anything. Coil extensions, eBay, great shit. If I'm right about this, cross-drilled rotors with ceramic brake pads. This stuff. Oh, brake fluid? Wow, how nice is that? And clean. Wow, that's really nice. This place is cool. Everything brand new. I mean, the driveline in this truck is brand new. Axle's brand new, leaf springs are brand new. Everything's new. Another thing that I'd like to do today before we button things up, and it might not happen, is go through, do a compression check on the motor so that when we start this, we know where we're at, and after we start boosting it and beating on it, we'll check it and find out where our failures are gonna start, because it's kind of like you're chasing the cylinders that drop. And once they drop to a certain point, you're either chasing it or blowing it up. That'd be kind of good. Dude, we're almost to a fire up. There we go. Daddy's home. She's a little old here. She's over there bitching about. Yeah, I'm gonna start pulling these turbos off. I'm gonna take the chop saw, cut these flanges off, and then when he brings back the bottles, we'll start welding those, get them hung and done, get these fittings all on. Another thing about these is they come undrilled. It's got a tiny little hole, it's a little too small, but we've got to drill this hole out just a little bigger. Not too big, just a little bigger. No call on Brad. So now we got all our drain parts back on our turbos. All the wrong fittings are on, all the right fittings are off. Or I said that backwards. So now when the welding bottle gets back, we'll weld these flanges on. We'll make up our oil pressure and our oil return lines. Basically, we're ready to start making holes for the wastegates. Drilling this out to the precise size because they come just tapped, not drilled. So now, got a proper hole. Now we have oil in and oil out. So now when we weld those flanges back on, we can hang the turbos and plumb them full of oil.
We're at a little standstill with the headers.
Yeah, basically what happened is we had to send our guy out to get a bottle of gases for my welder, and we're gonna slam through that list. My favorite part, packing bearings. So my favorite grease is marine grease. I don't like just regular wheel bearing grease. I like marine grease. These are new races right here, this race right here. And ideally you should be taking this race and pound that one out and putting this one in, because this one's actually machined to that one. But we're just gonna not do that. Since this is a brand new race anyways, we're just gonna rock it. We're gonna go for it. My way of doing this, it's like the finger method. Get the fingers in there, and that little valley right there, I wanna push it out until it's coming out of those, and then I slowly turn it like this, so it's like pre-lubing the rollers, so it's kind of like that. And you can feel it when it gets in the bearing. It starts to slow down, like it really slows down. You can see it in there turning all those little wheels. So now my idea is, see all these little cavities here and this cavity here? I want to get that all filled in too. Taking that grease and forcing it in there. So once all my cavities are full and I see that it's all, I got no areas where it's not, that one's done. We'll slide her in there right there. So then we'll grab the other one, since our fingers are already dirty now. This stuff gets everywhere. Start on the back again. Flip it over, same thing. So this race is about the same size as that metal. Now I can tap it all the way down. So that guy's all the way in there. We're ready to slide it on the hub. Ooh. Bammo. Crown nut. So I like to take these bolts and run them like tighter than you probably should. And then I pull back on just a little bit to loosen them up to get the feel of where I want it. Like that. See? It's spinning, but it's got a lot of drag. You see what I'm saying? And I'm looking at where the holes are, because that's actually aligning with the hole. That's probably not good. Oh, see how it got tighter? Okay, now I can feel like it's changing, like the dynamics of it. So I'm gonna go back just a little bit. Right about there. So, like I said, I go real tight until I feel this thing like go like hard, like it's hard to pull, you know what I'm saying? Back it up and then go right back to where you're starting to feel how it's changing. And then that's the first adjustment. Now after about 500 miles, these all break in and wear in. You should be taking these caps off and rechecking those.
Not bad.
Somebody knows how to do it, then you have to do it all the time. See how much further just set this back? I mean, we're still got a little angle dangle there, but literally it's so much nicer set back. So now here's our oil pressure line. We had these pre-made up at Deering Engineering. That guy goes right there. We'll get a little heat, you know, heat right there. Heat shielding from Thermaltech, hopefully. So that goes perfect right there. And look at that. That's almost a damn straight shot. So let's just cut that right there and find out what that does. To give you an idea, there's number one. So we'll have him weld this up here, which if we wanted to be cheap asses, we could do.
That wouldn't blow right off?
I don't like that. I'm not a big fan. So to me, guys, oh no, this is just me. I like the V-bands, but what I've also noticed is it puts a lot of stress on this material because there's no like rubbery weaky peak or wiggly spot. So to be honest with you, I really wanted to weld another V-band onto the throttle body, but they're expensive, and then just put rubber clamps here. So it had like a little bit of givey here. But I found these 90s that worked out really bitchin'. So I'm gonna weld this as one, and so that we only have 3, and we don't have that to blow off. The more pieces you put in are more fittings you're gonna have to tighten to remember, to be whatever, and we don't need this. With the rubber here, we could take a clamp off here, and the whole thing comes off as one. So we've orientated the exhaust to where we want. We've cut the flange, moved it back. It gave us this great angle so that we were able to just get right in there. One thing I'm not happy with right now is this clamp's a little slippy. So I'm gonna have to work on taking that apart and figuring out what I can do to make this tighter. Maybe put like a nut back here so it's clamping a little harder. Oil feed lines are in and they're a great position because we can just zip tie like this right down into there. And the same with that side, it's bitching. Now we gotta do return. So we have oil going into our turbos, which is what lubricates these fine ladies for spinning. Now we've gotta send that lubrication back to the motor. If I go like that, it's got a little bit of a kinky kink right there. So I'm not super stoked on that. So take that off, put the 90 and go 90 like this to 90 like that. And I'm happy with that. So that's what we're gonna do. Cut her to fire. Now I'm gonna do a compression check.
180, 190.
So that's a solid cylinder. $160?
165.
165. That's a huge jump. That means that that cylinder took a little beating. The other thing is sometimes you might find them all at 165-ish, and that's just a high boy. One of those ones that's just a weirdo. Because that happens sometimes. I have one that's on my other motor that's like that.
We got another high boy.
Okay, so no, this is bad. This means that that guy's probably not so good. So we're gonna call that at like 175. And any of you guys walk up to my motors, you'll see my compression because it's always written across my valve cover like that.
Oh.
Whoa, that's probably as accurate. I think they're like, that's 200. For shits and giggles, let's just go back since we're on this side and hit that hole again. Okay, so what happens is we just had a funky reading. So we're gonna go 175. 175 low, 200 high, 25 pounds. That's a bit over 20%. If it's over 20% from one to the other,
yeah,
you should probably be looking at something. This is nothing to look at. I'd run that motor for another 100,000 miles. But let's go jump on the other side and find out where we are. Whoa, whoa. So this is a funny story too, because this guy, number one on my car, is the highest impacting cylinder, and that is 210. Hey, so we got a good side of the motor and an okay side of the motor. We're just gonna call that 190. Uh-oh. We might have hurt one. Did I open my mouth too soon?
Yes. Sure looks like it.
God dang. Oh gosh darn it. That's easy at 180. So, 180. Man, 7 out of 8 good. Send it! Send it! Let this guy come in.
Whose bright idea was it to do this shit unsupervised?
Ah! Don't act like you're a supervisor.
Where's the starter? I forgot.
Just turn the key. If it works. I'm having a problem. No key, nothing?
No key.
Jose's been here for less than 1 minute. He's already working.
I'm not here to work.
He's supervising because...
What did you do to the steering? I'm actually... Well, it looks better than what it was.
We had Sergio come and fix the fucking header.
Oh, is that why
we
it's...
were busy on the other big projects. We had to have Sergio come do it.
You still got leaking injectors?
No, I just pulled them off and I got some new injectors finally. I got some real good ones. I got the RCs, so we're gonna take these out and put some really nice injectors in.
Are these turbos not gonna fall apart?
Why would they?
Why wouldn't they?
They're eBay.
Exactly. It's a hit or
They're
miss.
finger tight.
No, they're just.
This is just to mock them up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have to pull everything back off again.
And it just spit out. What? Out of the turbos.
Oh yeah, oil. Bunch of oil down there.
Oh yeah. Just a small oil leak.
Ooh, right there on the fitting. Right there. All right, we gotta address that. That's the oil pressure fitting.
Wow, I like the suspension now.
And brakes.
Hell yeah.
It's actually safe. Some person's getting a really nice
This
car.
thing's sick. The suspension setup is way better.
Look at this.
Oh, you got this too? Oh, so no more booster. Well, that makes shit a lot easier. Doesn't come out. We'll leave it there.
What doesn't come out?
Trying to take out the coils to see how the steering column ends up, but I can't take it out.
I had to like geometry it.
What?
What did he say?
Geometry, I don't know. What did he say?
Geometry.
Geometry.
Look at that bad boy with the air solenoid and everything. Now it's gonna be first, second, third. Oh yeah, she's gonna look good. We gotta make a plate that we can weld down. They gave us a regulator right here. This has gotta run in line with our nitrous. Oh shit. They gave us a bottle style regulator. Ah, let's go see what we got in Brad's fucking world. There's the pressure bottle. Here's the shift solenoid. So this goes in line with that right there. But we'll steal this fitting out and we'll put it in there. And then that will be our pressure in and we'll be fine. We always got to repair in Brad's zone.
Brad's zone.
Yeah, we is good. Alright. She don't gonna get mounted like that. We just need to build a plate over here on this side and we're good. Our air solenoid will come up underneath here, come around here, bada bing, bada boom. Now all these buttons and stuff right here, I gotta make another plate right here in order to put them on because now they're not on this deal, but I love these shifters. Can't wait. That's where it should go. Shifter is in. I like this because it's like. What's cool about this is reverse. You pull this, and that's how you go into reverse. And then trans brakes also that way. So you're in first gear like this. You hold this down like this, and that's first gear, and you let it go. You take off. That's your clutch. So you're just basically holding this. Boom, let it go. A little loose, but it's okay. Probably put some silicone in it. But this probably only needs to go to here because we're gonna run this guy right here, which will allow us in the driver's seat to see our pressure. Then this little guy runs in line. So it goes out of there into here, out of here into here. So we need to go get some red hose, which I don't believe I have anymore. Brad's zone is all currently out of red hose. It's this stuff right here. I do know something else we could probably work on, and that's making the markings and the drilling for these. They gotta go in there. As Jose wants, he wants these to go here, and he wants a pipe to the hood. That when we get to it, but we will, I think, take these apart and start drilling these because this is done for now. Yes.
Brad's zone.
Brad's zone. That probably will work. Solid.
What's up, John? Welcome to the party.
John!
What's up?
Welcome!
Brad,
Yes.
how much time do you have to work on this? And
So-
be honest.
So okay.
Be truthful with me.
How truthful can I? Okay.
Yeah.
In
Be truthful.
In the media world, we got 10 full days to impact this vehicle at such a great way that we could send it into the nines and make hopefully over 800 horsepower. In the truthful world of Brad, might not always tell allegedly that what you need to hear, we probably got what's 10 minus 2, 8. As you know, our first day, what do we do, John? John, on our first day of shoots, when we get parts to do it, what do we do? Do we get anything done?
No, just kind of just sit around and kind of figure out what you're gonna do and how you're gonna do it.
Okay, so out of 10 now, we're down to 9.
Okay.
Okay, and then Friday, we're supposed to go to the dyno.
Yep.
So Friday, so this is how many days we got to put
What
this
day
together.
are we on right now? That's the question. What day are we on? We're on day 7. So you have one more day and tomorrow to get this thing buttoned up and ready to roll and go to West Tech and put on the rollers.
I had the coils just bullshittily hung down there, and Jose came in and he was like, Brad, don't fight fabbing it down there. It's just stupid. Mount them up here.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
dude.
thank you, Jose. Like, you know when somebody put something in your head you should have done anyways, you did
There's
it?
no room to put them down.
Nothing. So up here, like all the FD guys do, with the cool lines all the way down to the spark plugs. The injectors, we're not going to put the other injectors in because it's already coated for these, and I'll just leave the charge pipe off until we get to West Tech. Now my car is the first car I've ever made over 1,000, so there's all sorts of other issues that you deal with when you get to that. Like the 500 number issue is an issue, and then the 1000's an issue, and
But there's nothing in it because like there's a brand new tank. All the lines are new. There's nothing stuck in it.
no, it's all, well, again, so if I run on Wednesday night or Thursday morning and I see a fuel pressure issue when I drive it, that's the first thing I'm doing is taking this Y out, pulling that line out and trying to blow through because maybe we have a debris or something in there. And then I also want to remove the foam from the tank because that was one thing. It's a eBay tank. We all know about the foam thing. I need to get the foam out of there, clean the filters again real good. So those are the issues that we know we're presented with right now. Other than that, we fired it yesterday. Throttle works, brakes, obviously we got rid of the cylinder. We got to bleed the brakes again. And then everything's new in suspension. I mean, it's just like, well, it's better than our cars. And like we did, honestly, like 8 to 10 grand worth of shit the first time. And then we did 5 grand this next time. And then if you did the hours that me and Jose put into it, which was like, I don't know, 200 hours each, and you did the math, we probably got 30 grand invested into this thing.
Sick.
So reverse manual valve body like everybody likes, and the shifter's set up all weird. Hit that as hard as you can.
Yeah, it's not gonna go
Do you
hard.
feel how comfortable,
Yeah,
like
it's
how
good.
gatey that is? Like
Yeah.
you could hit, your hand's gonna hurt before you misshift that bitch. It's like,
How can you misshift it?
you can't.
You can't.
So we're using the nitrous, and we regulated it down because we had 2 kits before, but we only have 1. So the other kit's bottle is coming into here. It's regulating down to 100 PSI. We're using a little solenoid. That
Or you're gonna run
solenoid
off that.
clicks this.
You're gonna run your nitrous.
Yeah, the nitrous
Oh.
actually kicks this, so when I get the other button over here, it's gonna actually send this in the tick, 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 tick home. I'm curious to see, because this is like, I said it to myself, I'd never build anything faster than my car, and I feel like I just built something faster than my car. But it's all for you guys, and you guys can bid on it and win it.
How are they bidding on it and winning on it?
So the big deal on this one is we took it back so that we could redo it because it was kind of junky. It was shitty. It wasn't as fast as I really wanted it to be. So they gave us the option to get it back and put a few more dollars in it and make it actually a valued car, because S10's are not really high valued cars. In that sense, we are going to put it on eBay.
Oh, okay.
Auction it. So I'm not getting a chance to buy it back.
So no reserve?
No reserve.
Whoa.
So the rest of today, mounting these coils like I want to do, and then I gotta drill a hole on the swing pedal because it moved it up, the arm, actually arm. And then that's where I think we're gonna end today. You know what, I do have the parts to put these disc brakes together. So finish putting the disc brakes together so that we can mount the wheels. And that's it. Okay, so this has gotta go. That goes like that. This has gotta It's no problem. Brad's toilet broke, so had to go to Home Depot this morning and get a new toilet. So maybe today we'll have a bonus video on how to replace your toilet. This is the crying one. This was what we wanted to get put in, but because this was a C-clipper in, meaning the rear axles came in here and had a C-clip and there's no window for this, you couldn't do it. So we had to get a mini locker, which means we had to change this inside and do a mini locker. Here's our coil bracket material, nuts and bolts. All right, Serge, grab this side. Let's go over this. Let's set it down right here. So what I found is easiest to do these rear ends. This goes for my 4x4 life. I don't know why. There's called spring over and spring under. Spring under is when the axle goes underneath the spring. Spring over is when the axle goes over the spring. For spring over, you lift the axle up to the body, put the leaf springs in bolt to bolt, and set the axle back down. And that just seems to be the easiest way for me to do it. There.
So right now I'm gonna be just checking the clearance on where I'm gonna mount this little bung for the blow-off valve. So I'll pretty much be welding one in right here and one in on this side.
What do we got? So we got these brackets built, as you guys can see. We're gonna weld that one there and we're gonna weld the other one there. So little welds here, welds there. Get that done. All right, so that's it. And we're gonna put that right here. And that's up out of the way so it doesn't get heat soaked. The coils can stay nice and cool. So there we go. Oh, here's our plug. Bada boom. Zip tie this all up nicely and that side's done. What a solid day. Rear end, coils, wastegates, blow off valves, brakes. We got a lot of lists done. Tomorrow we're gonna rewrite that list. We're gonna look at what we have left, and we literally have 2 days left before we have to be on the dyno. That's 2 days, guys, 2 days. I can't wait to race it. I found out today that we might be even racing John Chase. If you guys are at the track, we can't wait to see you. We can't wait to meet you, and this could be yours. So remember that. Take it easy, take a rest, make a comment, talk shit. See you later. Here we go, nice and cool. Why are you laughing?
No, so does Gary live here?
No!
I heard Gary lives here.
Man, that's the rumor that people are starting.
I don't think it started. I heard that's what's